I believe that, that we make mistakes when we get into the extremes. It doesn't matter what side of the extremes we're on, right?
Mhm.
So we could get to the side where we talk about it and it's so casual to the point where it's justifying it. But then the other side
Right.
is we don't talk about it at all, and then it just festers and gets worse. Both of them are bad, right? And so it's that healthy balance. And I
Right.
think one thing that allows us to have that healthy balance is just understanding the enemy that we're up against, that this is completely unique to this generation in such a serious way. We up to 150 years ago, if you wanted to see or engage in the type of things that you can find online on any mobile device, you had to go to a brothel. You had to go to bad places. And what actually kept you from going there was the fear of shame, in a sense, because you knew that people were going to see you and that there was no way of hiding it, right? Then comes out the invention of the print and photography. And even then you had to go buy a Playboy. You had to hide the Playboy. At least the people at the register knew, and the people in that store.
Yeah, one person. Yeah.
That, right. But now what happens is you can go into a bathroom, you can access whatever you want, and you can do whatever you're going to do, get out, and no one has to know about it. And so shame actually keeps people trapped in it instead of acting as a deterrent in a way. And so we need to change the way that we are fighting this enemy. And the old tactics, I like to say that it's like, in the Revolutionary War, we use musket and ball. And one revolutionary soldier was expected to fire 3 rounds, so 3 bullets every single minute, right? Today, we have something called a minigun, and it mounts on the side of a helicopter, and it can fire 800 rounds a minute. So it like 50 a second, something like that, like 50 rounds a second, right?
Crazy.
It doesn't sound like a boop, boop, boop. It sounds like zzz, like that's how fast it is. It sounds like a laser almost. And so it's kind of like pornography and the smartphone and the internet brought a minigun to the fight, and we were still using revolutionary tactics. And that's why there's so many casualties. And so we need to change the way that we are doing this, unless we want to keep up with the casualties. And so I think understanding that we're up against something we've never understood, we've never been able to fight against, will give us a little bit of, empathy, compassion, just enough where we can be like, okay, well, we shouldn't blame our kids. We shouldn't blame these people who are struggling with porn because we're up against something we never have been. And then we can start changing and start, helping them instead of just judging them.
Well, and it's easier to have empathy for someone when you understand how actually challenging it is to fight it, right? And that doesn't mean that they're excused or that they get a free pass and can do what they want just because it's hard. But it can, I think, facilitate a little bit more unity in that relationship to say, this is not a fight against each other. It's a fight together against something that's really hard, and to be unified in that.
Thanks for stopping by and watching this little clip of my podcast interview. If you want to catch the full episode with this guest, you can click on the link below. It'll take you to my podcast and you can listen to the whole thing. Once again, I appreciate your support. I've got lots of other episodes you can check out as well, and I'd love to hear what you think about it.